Welcome back, my friends, to a special episode of TFT Hyperroll from Mission for Tuition. A couple of things in this. Number one, this is actually a family game because me, the kid, and his mom are all in the same game. I'm Artark2, he's Mission for Tuition, and she is Miss Chicky. You can probably hear the kid humming in the background. I'll be leaving certain parts out because the chit-chat is just not necessary. You know the basics: like, comment, subscribe, do all of the stuff, because this channel is about raising money for our son's tuition through ads. So I also want to announce that I'm going to change the format a little bit, at least for a short time. My next set of videos are going to be all about forcing builds. I'm going to take some of the builds I've recommended and see what it's like to force them. I'm going to be doing 5 games, just forcing the build no matter what the game tells me to do, and see how it works out, what the average place is after 5 games, and whether I think a build is forceable or not. If there are builds you want me to force, leave comments below and let me know what build you'd like me to force. But let's get into this specific match, and you'll figure out what I'm going to do in about half a second once the augments come up. What am I gonna do? There's a Syndicate crown. I'm taking it. You know I'm taking it. And you know that means I'm going Syndicate snipers. So I didn't really worry about looking for much at this point. I just put out whatever I could and started getting items on them that I knew would be useful later. Nothing is going to stay the same in this, except probably Darius will be a part of the team, but ultimately this is going Syndicate sniper. Since I already have a needlessly large rod for the Rage Blade, I go ahead and grab the sword and then decide, hey, a little bit of rolling's not going to hurt, and I find an ash I can put in so I can get rid of the twitch and just start heading directly into what I want to do.
Now I have the little Innovator bot thing.
And as you can hear, my kid has decided to go Innovator, although I was betting he was going to go Yordle because that's what he usually does. Now, normally I would say to put Caitlyn in and give her the Syndicate emblem. However, Gangplank does pilfer extra gold when he kills someone with his ult, so I wanted to keep him in the hopes that he would be pilfering some gold throughout the match, giving me more later on to roll for the champions I really needed. Meanwhile, nobody knew what was going on, so the kid decided to check out my board.
Otherwise known as Syndicate Sniper. Okay then.
The reason for my wife's uh-oh is she has seen the videos as well. They know I use this build a lot and that I consider it to be the single most powerful build in the entire game if you can put it all together. Starting off with 2 syndicates makes me think it's possible. The kidling got new recruit as his first augment, and so he has an additional player on the board. But my champions are really powerful. The Syndicate bonus is very strong, and this is even after the nerfs went in from 12B that this game was played. But Syndicate with Sniper, you're healing just enough to keep you in and allow you to win. And now I know Gary is at his desk and looking out for me when he hands me a Syndicate-specific augment in One for All that comes with an ash and will allow them to become more powerful as each one dies. Watch what happens in the next match where I end up facing my wife.
What sort of god tier? Oh,
Facing me.
5 syndicates.
So I get him after he's gotten One for All.
Every single one of your champions is a syndicate.
Yeah. Well, every one of mine is a Chemtech, but damn you. Kill my backline person because you decided to turn your attention on him.
Oh, someone's egg rolling.
And your Nocturne might be able to take my ash.
I know.
Oh my God, that was so close.
Wow. It was so close.
With that very close call behind me, it's time to look towards itemization. Out of the NPC round, I got the elements for Rage Blade, so I can now put that onto Caitlyn. Remember, that's mainly just holder for Zeri. I can pick up Tear of the Goddess for Ashe, so I can put the Spear of Sojin on her, so she can cast more often. It's 8 arrows every time. The angelic singing you just heard was my kid letting us know that he had gotten the Innovator emblem, so now he can get the dragon. As I've mentioned in previous videos, the one susceptibility for Syndicate snipers is CC, and the dragon has a ton of CC. So the kid with an Innovator emblem can make a pet dragon that may cause me a problem down the line. But it is something I'd like to test because the dragon on a full Innovator scrap team is pretty much considered one of the most OP things overall. But 7 Syndicate may give the healing to survive the entire thing. After the NPC round in 7.1 comes the "you gotta be kidding me" augment. Getting back foot for a sniper team, well, it's just a little ridiculous because you're speeding up attacks on your most powerful champions. And just when I thought this one was signed, sealed, delivered, and done, I got a reminder of just how squishy the Syndicate snipers can be. And when you're facing someone who's got a lot of attack speed and a lot of damage, they can actually take you out. But the key for Syndicate is getting it up to 7, and I needed Ahri for that because that will increase the buff and apply it to the entire team. Now, applying it to the entire team doesn't mean much right now, simply because everyone's a Syndicate, but it will start to matter when we get to our last 2 champions, who are going to be the remaining snipers we need. Once you get to 7, your team is no longer squishy. Why? Everyone's getting 75 bonus armor and magic resist, and an additional omnivamp. So not only are they harder to take down, but they're healing for each bit of damage they do, which makes even a strong team easy to get through.
No one's even going to think of touching me. Because they're already gonna be dead. I had a dragon fight a dragon.
But as my kid is plotting his victory, the game has something to say about it. Just when you thought there had been enough on my team, it was time to get a sniper emblem. We go ahead and give that to Ahri, and then put the iron out just to be reforged and hope we get something that will help Ahri out, and sure enough, the jeweled gauntlet is exactly what we're looking for. Now with that sniper emblem, Ahri's damage is being increased, and know that each time she casts, she's gaining additional orbs, so she's doing more and more damage to more people. Also, she's getting omnivamp, so you can see as this match continues, she's getting ridiculously powerful. And with that, the whole family is in the top 4.
My God.
But Gary's not done with me yet, because it's time for the 3-star Ash. Unfortunately, when you have 3 people in the top 4, you're going to be facing one of them. And I ended up squaring off against my wife, who did not have the build that I had. My kid, however, has the dragon. So he's going to be able to make very quick work of his opponent. And we had one goal when we started this, and that's to be number 1, 2, and 3.
I actually
Yeah,
was
he
doing
does.
pretty good. Oh, top 3! Ah!
We did it!
We did it!
And although I looked for Zeri, I could not find her. So what happens when 7 syndicates and 5 snipers meet the dragon? It's definitely going to be a tough fight, but with that sniper emblem on Ahri, she is just ridiculously strong and can keep herself healed and wipe in one shot. Now, we both started at 14 health, so we have to battle it out at minimum 3 times, and that presumes I'm able to win all 3. We're both trying to make our team stronger. I'm searching for a Zeri so I can get to that 7-6, and he's just trying to continue making more scraps so he can get a bigger shield and a stronger presence. So it's time to go searching for that Zeri, and I get her. But the kid is making a swap.
I can't believe we got top.
Okay, time to bring out the big guns.
He's taking all of his strong items and putting them onto Jinx so she can try and tear my team apart. And you can now see his Jinx in the corner is fully loaded with an Infinity Edge, Last Whisper, and Rage Blade, which is going to give her an immense amount of power. I'm counting on Zeri and the 6 Sniper buff along with the 7 Syndicate to make this an absolute win. But Jinx comes in and starts destroying things, but leave it to Ashe and Jhin to wipe Jace off the board and lead to the victory. Hope you enjoyed the Wild Family game. Remember, I'm going to be forcing builds starting with my next video, so if you have some suggestions, leave them in the comments below, and have an absolutely, absolutely awesome day.